Soccer 605 are visiting with Casey Feininger from Watertown, South Dakota. Casey, we've seen you on the sidelines as assistant coach with the high school team, on the sidelines as a parent with the South Dakota United Legacy team, and now the new team, Independence. And today we get to see you on the sidelines with Watertown Soccer as a coach and a dad. So you're pretty involved in soccer.
Yeah, it's awesome. Just really have fallen in love with what we've been doing in South Dakota at a state level with soccer. Really transitioning into something great for the state at this point.
And your program in Watertown has really been growing. Yeah,
it has. As I kind of talked about earlier, where we would come to indoor tournaments 3 years ago, and we would be lucky for a win. I mean, we were shooting for a win. We were excited, a point even. And now we're at the point where two of the girls' teams, the 14s and 16s that I work with, they're in the championships, and that's awesome.
That means you must be doing something right out there, right?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I did notice that your daughter Kadence, who plays with South Dakota United Club, correct?
Yep, yeah. It's she started playing with SDU last year after the high school season, and has continued on through the winter, spring, and then the high school season, the winter and spring as well. Yep.
And so she plays with them in the club season. But today she was playing with Watertown. Now, how does that work?
SDU allows the athletes to work with their home teams. I think it's, that's one thing that we had talked about. Our concerns were, as parents and as a coach, being such a significant part to our Watertown program, that she remained there, and it's never been a problem where the conflict of her playing here. Her team is here. Her Independence team is here, and we're playing, and it's great, those relationships that she has with those girls, but also she's a significant part to our Watertown program, and working between them, Watertown wants that. The more touches our kids get, the better.
So as a parent, take off your coaching hat for a minute, put on the parent hat. Why does your daughter play for South Dakota United?
She generally plays striker for us, and that was something different as well, where she was a D-back her whole career. And working with Randy McKee, he saw something that we didn't see, and he transitioned her into that, and she's had a lot of individual success, and adding to the team success as well. Being the coach, and working with Randy as well, and I'm looking for feedback all the time, whether it's my athletes, my team, my daughter, and I jumped along with that. Philosophies have evolved as I'm coaching. I'm looking at what Randy's doing with his team, and I'm seeing the success that they're having for SDU. I've taken those philosophies and applied them to Watertown. And for Kadence, it's been an awesome experience where, as much as I love coaching her, she is my daughter. So if I can give her to Randy, it's like you can have her sometimes.
So what are some of the challenges of being a parent that coaches your child?
Again, I'm going to go back to Randy, and what he said is, you don't talk about it. After you watch the game, after you do the practice, you let it soak in for a day, and then you're able to address it. And initially, I'm a very competitive person. I did athletics in college and coaching for 15 years now, and that drive was really tough as a parent. I think this year I'm getting the hang of it. So it's taken a lot of years, and it's talking to people, getting their wisdom, reading. It's about being a good coach, and you gotta be a great parent as well.
And sometimes it's hard to separate those two, isn't it?
It is. It's tough. We get done with practice, and I remember, where I wasn't mad. And then, it's like, I'm not getting the response that I wanted verbally. She wasn't understanding what I'm saying, and it gets frustrating. And again, it's taken years to get to the point where I'm getting okay at doing this as a dad and a coach.
So then as a dad, with soccer available in Watertown, what were some of the reasons that you chose for Kadence to go and play with South Dakota United? Because they're a statewide team, basically.
Yep. At an early age, she saw some success. And again, being competitive myself and doing college track and field, by her saying that she wanted to do this at the next level, my wife and I talked about it and went through the finances of it and how we could make this work. And again, if you're willing to commit to this, we're willing to commit to you. And so that was by her saying that she wanted to play college ball. She made that commitment. And, so whether it's the camps that she's done, and then SDU every month training with her SDU team, the tournaments. There is a cost to that. And again, from bus rides, SDU has organized, cut down on those costs, hotel reservations, we get the best prices, team meals, to make it so these opportunities are there for these athletes who want to go beyond what their hometown has. Yeah.
And so it sounds like it was part of the decision for her to go with South Dakota United was to create more opportunities for her for college soccer?
Yeah, and it's kind of, myself, I even researched Randy. I asked a lot of questions with my peers in the coaching community. I found about Carol McKee as well, and I found out her involvement. And so, the research was there based on, is this a great opportunity for my child? And also trying to get our other, after seeing Randy coach, learning from him, I think it's a huge asset to our program, Kadence, and if we can get her peers in Watertown to also have some interaction with, especially working with Randy, he's just a godsend. So again, I've really recommended working with Randy to her peers and the kids I coach.
Well, I'm glad to know that Randy and I both passed the vetting process. So what is next as far as the college planning? I think I know where you're going to say, but where would you like to see Kadence go, and where do you think she wants to go?
Well, I am a North Dakota boy, so I love NDSU. I've had a lot of athletes that I've coached in track and field go to NDSU. Very good friends with their coaching staff in track and field, so it's different though. It's not coaching. It's not the coaches that I know. They have new coaching staff there. I know the SDSU girls pretty well. I know Coach Lane pretty well. I like what he's doing. And so Kadence, is torn between SDSU and NDSU. And either way, one of them has gold in it. So, I'd be happy with that.
Well, and either way, it's driving distance to go watch her play, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're both Dakotas. So green and gold looks really good on me.
It does. And you wear it a lot, I notice. So I hope you appreciate the fact I let you get NDSU in there and SDSU. But what if she chooses to go somewhere outside of the state or has an opportunity to play elsewhere? What are some of the discussions and thoughts that you guys have about that?
And we just had this discussion. I've had this discussion with a couple athletes recently. The first thing that I want them to do is looking at the programs that the school has. Is it what they want? So it's not SDSU, it's not NDSU, it's the school and the program. Is that acceptable to where they want to go beyond this? And this is such a short part of their life. They got 30, 40, 50 years beyond that competitive part of their lives, their careers. So we look at the programs, and that's something that we've talked about. And then if the opportunities are there, I think really having the program, looking at the coach. Because I don't want to, if I was an athlete, I don't want to be the athlete for someone that I disagree with some of their philosophies. He doesn't treat his athletes correct. And so finding the right coach for you is really important. So meeting with the coaches at the high or the university level is good. And then, I think looking at the team. But the two main things for me, and as I talk with Kadence, my daughter, or my other athletes that I coach, is the coaches, or the educational program, the coaches, and then the team.
So you have a different perspective perhaps than a lot of other parents who haven't had the experience of helping other athletes find the right college fit.
Right. And that's where, and it's sometimes it's really disheartening where the athlete, as a coach, gives up the opportunity to be competitive if they can. But ultimately, again, education's the key. That's what you're going to be doing for 50 more years, 60 more years. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen any place that gives you a college degree in soccer yet.
No, not yet, but hey, we end up coaching somewhere along the way.
That's right. Well, we appreciate you taking some time with us at Soccer 605, Casey, and best of luck in those championship matches.
Thank you very much.